to see you all. Thanks so much for your time.
It's Pete.
Eats.
Yeah. Jill, I kind of wanted to start with you. Anytime you work on something that, is a prequel or a sequel or offshoot of something that already existed, I feel like you can kind of think about the original source material or you can kind of leave it alone a little bit. For this one, do you think about the fact that this is a prequel to a very beloved show like When Calls the Heart, or you try not to think about that a little bit when you're on set?
Well, when you're on set, you're always reminded of it because we have to actually travel through the Jamestown When Calls the Heart set to get to our little muddy nothing set. So there's always a reminder, and also just going into the project, you're walking into a universe that is so beloved, and there's a fan base that is so beautiful and generous, and you really want to show as much respect to them as possible and bring them in too. But also when you're on set, it's such a standalone series. It's not really going through your mind all the time, although there are so many locations and characters that do intertwine with our plot lines, which will be Easter eggs, which people would really enjoy. I'm not going to give any spoilers at this point, but it does come into play. So it's kind of exciting. And also the
Yeah.
fact that we get to like meet the cast of When Calls the Heart and like
Yeah.
interact with them and
Mhm.
share stories with them. It's kind of like walking into a really warm family.
They're so
No.
dreamy.
They're so dreamy.
So dreamy.
No, absolutely. No, that's well said. Roan, good to see you again.
It's good to see you.
And I did kind of want to ask as well, because I feel like you could picture it as much as you can in your head, but like it only, I feel like, gets real once you get there on set. So what's that like, getting these scripts, but then actually getting there and seeing everything come to life?
Oh man, I feel like it's funny because for this one, it's not my first period piece, obviously. And I feel like when it comes to period stuff, so often, so much of the work exists once you're in your costume, once you're surrounded by things that, remind you of the time. And so it was really exciting because I did all the prep and I did everything. But then I was also like, but you know what? The second that I'm in my corsets and my petticoats and my boots and the mud and like, it's going to change how I talk. It's going to change how I hold myself. And being on the set is so immersive. You can hear chickens clucking in the background. You can hear horses neighing. Like you can, there's not a modern building as far as the eye can see. So it's deeply immersive, in a way that's such a gift because, you do all your work and then you just kind of show up and it all falls out of you in this way because, you have to stand up straighter when you're all laced in and it impacts everything. It's been so fun.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Lachlan, good to see you again, man. Hallmark bringing us back together, right? It's awesome.
Yeah.
Aw.
So pumped to see you, dude.
Absolutely. I kind of wanted to know something like this where, big cast, the production like design is incredible on this. Like, what
Thank
are
you
the
for saying
conversations?
that.
Yeah,
So
dude.
good. What are the conversations like when you're on set specifically with everyone in regards to like the world building aspect of it? Like, there's obviously the storylines, but in terms of kind of like set design, are there a lot of conversations about that once you're kind of filming the show?
All the time. Every time we block a new scene, there's new people coming in being like this piece of wardrobe is important because of this, or the way that you hold this ancient fishing rod
Yeah, totally.
is like this, or like there's so many things
Yeah.
like that come into play. And it's cool because, like exactly like you said, production design work really hard to make those things have an authenticity to them, have an effectiveness to them, and it helps you play those kind of characters really well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah,
even
shout out to
and
the crew. So
yeah, and
Yeah.
construction too, though, to
Yeah.
build these buildings, because we start off with nothing, and then we know the scripts. We know, hey, we have to have a boarding house as of scene 25
Yeah.
by Friday. So then we all show up at work and we're like, oh my gosh, have you seen the boarding house? It's amazing. And
Yeah.
it's staggering what the crew is able to do
Oh my
in
God.
like no time.
100%.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a filmmaker as well. That's why I always ask that script to screen, because it's exciting. Because at some point you are going to see those buildings, right? Like they're
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
script, right? And then you get there and you're just like, wow. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
absolutely. I have a really fun question I'm going to ask you all. I'm wondering what you think about this. So again, my filmmaker hat asks you this question. So we're going to see some scenes in this, and the runtime is going to be, 2 minutes of conversation on horses, and then it goes to the next scene, right? So it's like a 2-minute runtime scene. But I know that there's a chance that that scene, even though we see just 2 minutes in an episode, took you the whole day or a couple of days to film. When those big scenes happen, do they feel like their own mini project, mini movie, or do they overall feel part of Hope Valley 1874? It's interesting to think about.
100%.
Well, there's like there's the big. Well, I don't. Is that a spoiler? No, I don't.
I was just going to say, I know you've had some.
Yeah, but I think but there's
Horse
like
situations.
there's the party scene that we did.
Oh, yeah.
That was 2 days, and it was every single person.
Yeah,
The entire cast.
The
in
entire
one,
cast.
One scene, but shot up in 2 days.
And that in and of itself, I feel like that felt quite contained.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And the smart person would face themselves when their character's not talking back to the room, so that like, you don't
be out of
you don't have to be conscious that your face is on camera in the background, or you could do what I did and face the room, and then have to be on.
You're wide open that entire time. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
No, it's fantastic. I can't wait for people to see Hope Valley 1874 on Hallmark Plus. It was so great to chat with you all. Thank you so much for your time and congratulations.
Thank you so
you.
much. Awesome.
Thank you, Pete.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.